Hello everybody, welcome to ChinesePod. I'm Joy.
And I'm Joe.
In today's character mind map, we'll talk about the character yi, which means?
Meaning, idea, or intention.
Yeah, exactly. And what do you know yi from when you first learned Chinese?
I think the very first phrase I've learned with it is 不好意思.
Yeah, oh, sumimasen, excuse me. So, you know, in Chinese culture, it's very important to be polite. And 不好意思 literally translates to not good meaning. So like, I didn't really have a meaning to do this. How do you want to sort of explain that?
I don't know, it feels a little bit like the English, or like my bad.
Yeah, that's
like,
good.
In terms of literal translation.
Yeah.
Because you say it's a bad meaning, right? But it's just generally used as, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Okay, let's talk about all the words that we can use with yi. So we talked about how 意思 means meaning, as in 不好意思, 意思. So another way I can say this in a sentence is that I didn't really intend to maybe offend you. So I might say 我不是这个意思.
Oh, this would, like, I am not, and then this meaning. So, yeah, this is not what I meant.
Yeah, so someone might be offended saying, oh, did you want to say something bad about me? Or were you trying to, you know, like gossip about me or something like this during a misunderstanding? And this is very common ways to just say, you know, I didn't mean this.
Is it always used when you feel like offended, or can it be generally a misunderstanding as well?
I think general misunderstanding also. So if you're at a business meeting and somebody summarizes what you're saying, you might be like, oh, 其实 actually, 我不是这个意思.
Okay, and then you would probably go on and explain what his actual meaning was.
Exactly. Okay, so the next one I have, it's you have to wrap your brain around it, but I think you might be able to guess what it is. 小意思.
Okay, like 小 is small, so it's a small meaning. Small meaning, it doesn't mean too much, maybe something insignificant.
Yeah, so I can use this as a standalone phrase if somebody is treating me to a meal.
Okay.
They might say, I might want to pay for it. I'll say, oh, you know, this is kind of expensive. Maybe it's like $100, you know, for some street food. But they might say, oh, 小意思, 小意思.
Ah, so if that person treats you, and then we're like, oh, it's just a small thing.
Yeah, like, don't worry, it's no big deal.
Okay.
So that can be used as a standalone phrase. Okay, I have two that are opposites from each other, and this is very colloquial as well. 有意思 and 没意思.
Okay, 有 is to have, and 没 is to not have. So this together with meaning would be to have meaning and to not have meaning, but I think we use this to say that something is interesting or not interesting or boring, like a movie or something.
Exactly. So I can say 这电影很有意思，就我们一起去看吧.
Okay, yeah. So this movie seems interesting. Let's go.
Yeah. And if it was boring, somebody could ask me, do you want to see that movie? So I might say, 这电影很没意思. Don't waste your time and money.
No. We have mentioned that 意 can refer to meaning and ideas in general. So here we have another word, which is 意见, which means opinion or suggestion.
Here's a common response that you'll hear from people who don't want to commit to having an opinion, even though I think they do have it. They might say, 我没有意见.
Like when I ask you what you want to have for dinner.
我没有意见.
Oh, so let's have Korean then.
不要.
Okay, so yeah, you will hear this phrase often when people actually say, I don't have any opinion, but then maybe they still do have.
They know what they don't want to eat. Okay, here I'll lead to the next word, which is 同意.
Ah, okay. 同 means the same thing. So 同意 is the same idea, and it means to agree.
Yeah, it's like, I agree with you. So if I did want Korean food, I might say, 我同意你的想法.
Okay, like you agree to my idea.
Yes,
to
exactly.
my kinds of thoughts. Okay.
同意. And in the same way, you can also say, I don't agree. 我不同意你的想法.
Here you have to notice that we don't use this as in English. We don't say agree with you. We normally use it with agree with your kinds of thinking or something, right? So we wouldn't say I agree with you.
Yeah, you cannot say 我同意你. That would be I agree you. So it has to be you and then noun. So in contrast to the opinion that I had, which was 意见, I'll also give you the word for an idea, which is something that I generate. That word is 主意.
Okay, 主 is a main or primary thing, like central, and then together with idea, so it's a central thought.
So if I think that Korean food is actually a very good proposal, it's a good idea, I can say, 我喜欢这个主意.
So you like the idea.
I do. I actually do like Korean food.
Me too.
Okay, so we have several more words where 意 can mean thoughts, ideas, or intentions. The very first one is 满意.
Okay, 满 is full, and 意 here, yeah, a thought. So it's full thought or maybe a full intention. Yeah, fully as thought.
Ooh, fully as thought. So that actually means that you're very satisfied with something. So I can ask Joe, Joe, 你满意你的工作吗?
Oh, whether I'm satisfied with my work? Yeah, I am.
Oh, so Joe can say, 我很满意. 我也很满意. But if I didn't like my job, I can say, 我不满意我的工作. Okay, so I have one next one for you, and that's 好意.
Okay, so now we have good idea or good intentions. So how would we use this?
Do you remember that guy I told you about last time?
You mean the one who offered to drive you home?
Yes, so I indirectly told him no by saying, 谢谢你的好意.
Oh, it's like, thank you for your good intentions. And then you probably rejected him.
I just said I can take the metro home by myself.
Yeah, that is a rejection.
Okay, I have one more which you would have definitely heard in some kind of romantic drama. Okay, the phrase is 愿意.
Okay, 愿 means a wish, so it's a wishing idea. And yeah, you hear this in dramas often when guys, maybe even girls these days, do something like this. 你愿意吗?
Oh, are you willing? And of course, that's popping the question. And the full question is, 你愿意跟我结婚吗?
So, will you marry me?
I mean, honestly, like if you're gonna ask me in the form of a question, I feel like maybe no.
Okay, let me try another way then.
Okay.
我们结婚吧?
我愿意. So the only difference is he was just like,
A little bit more decisive.
let's get married.
Now let's talk about some words where 意 is more related to intention. So here we have the first word, which is 注意. 注 is to focus, and 意 is intention. So it's to focus your intention.
Which means to pay attention. So you might see this in a sign. It could be yellow with black words and an exclamation mark saying 注意, pay attention. And we'll commonly see this as a warning for safety, which is 注意安全.
Pay attention on security.
Exclamation mark. Okay, so the next word I have for you is 故意.
Okay, 故意 describes something that is done intentionally.
So, for example, the last time I spilled coffee on Joe, I said, 不好意思,我不是故意的.
Sorry, that was not on purpose. Are you sure?
Yes. Okay, finally, one more word. This one's a bit more serious.
Okay.
意外.
Okay, so intention again, and this time out of intention. So something that is not according to what was intended.
Yeah, so 外 is outside, and this was something that was unplanned, and it's a bit serious. So it's actually an accident.
Oh, okay. Are we talking about a car accident here or just any kind of accident?
I would say when we usually say 意外, it does imply physical injury.
Okay.
Yeah. So an example could be, 打给你的姐姐吧，我怕她出意外。
Oh, hurry up, call your sister because I am afraid that something happened to her. In today's character mind map, we've discussed the character E, which generally stands for meanings, ideas, and intentions. So in the beginning, we talked about the word meaning itself.
意思
And you can use this to say, excuse me.
不好意思
And then we talked about ideas, and here we had the feeling of agreeing with somebody, and then this was same idea.
同意 So I can say 我同意你的想法 I agree with your thoughts.
And for intentions, we had the word intentionally or on purpose.
哦，故意我不是故意的 Don't be mad at me. Okay, oh, I have one more word for E, and I think
Okay.
you'll know a lot about this. 生意
Ah, okay, this is business, and you might wonder, wait, why business all of a sudden? This is interesting because actually 生 means to produce something or to give birth to. Now it's to give birth to ideas. So yeah, maybe that's what businessmen do. Like they're creating ideas and thoughts and combine people together, and then they make business and money.
Ideas, thoughts, and creating meaning from life, creating money. And I can say 就是个生意人
Oh, like a business person, businessman.
Exactly. So, E has many usages. If you know more or you want to create some sentences, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Joy.
And I'm Joe.
下次见，拜拜。
拜拜。
ChinesePod, ChinesePod.